Jake,
RK.
I heard that you popped on here last week and threw down a little bit.
It was okay. It was good earlier in the week.
Okay.
We kind of faded as the week went on, but we started very strong. So
It sounds like my just every week at work. Start strong early in the week, just fade off as it goes on.
that's about me too. Although I had to guess a little backwards this week. What a wild week this was.
It was a wild week, and I should have just listened to me and Dre. We always say this, and I just didn't listen to ourselves last night, which was bet uncomfortably. There was no reason why the Panthers were only 2.5-point dogs against the Falcons, except for the book just knew. I took Falcons money line and got rightfully punished.
I mean, these NFC South games, it's an NFC South game. It's Thursday night. It's just, it's almost impossible to predict those, really.
Yeah, it is. How about Laviska Shenault?
Let's go. Give him the ball in space more, please.
It seems, maybe I'm only seeing highlights, but it feels like every time he just gets the ball in space, he makes a play.
Yeah, those are those two big touchdowns. I can't remember. It was I think it was the week after he was traded to Carolina. He had a play that it looked almost like the same thing that happened last night. Yeah.
It is a little bit weird because when he was on the field for CU, it legitimately looked like a man amongst boys at all turns. And out there, he just looks like another guy.
I know.
It is so wild.
He's still got the speed, though. He's pulling away from people.
He is. And, the power was what was so impressive at CU. Like, there was the game on the line, 4th and 1, and they ran a little jet sweep, end around to him. And then he just ran over a dude, absolutely just obliterated a dude at the point of attack. And that was what was so impressive about him at CU, on top of the speed and all that. But nice to see him get in the end zone. Some other news, especially since we don't have a Broncos podcast today, I want to get your take on this.
Okay.
New uniforms in the works.
Yes.
What is your dream combo, I guess?
I'm a huge fan of the recent Color Rush ones, the all oranges with the old school D, but with the modern blue, the navy blue, and then the white and orange stripe down the middle. I love that helmet. I'll take that helmet if you give me just an updated version of the jerseys. Get rid of the side stripes.
Yep.
I think that just makes a lot of issues just cleaned up. In terms of the color, I've always been a navy blue-ish guy.
Me too.
But keep some orange in there just so we have a little bit of contrast.
Yeah, you got to have the orange, obviously. That is the defining characteristic of the Broncos, in my opinion. I, from an aesthetic standpoint, just prefer navy blue as a jersey color, or as a t-shirt color, or as an anything color.
Right.
But I have actually, I'm willing to concede the fact that I guess what really happened was I went to London and I've been to a couple other Broncos away games. And when you just see all that orange in a stadium, it's just so powerful.
Yep.
I don't know if you went and saw Arizona taking on, what's another team that uses those colors?
San Francisco?
No, I mean the University of Arizona, just red, white, and blue. There's so many teams who are red, white, and blue that you wouldn't even be able to distinguish their colors from other teams' colors. Broncos fans, whenever they go anywhere, it pops. Now, we could do that even if the primary color was blue. You could still wear orange, but people have always made the case to me that might not stick. So,
do you remember the Photoshop of Drew Lock where it was do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I tweeted the Justin Simmons one today. I don't know if you saw that.
Is it the one with the lighter blue?
Well, so no, this has a darker blue. This to me is perfect.
Okay, yes, those. Yes. That is fire.
Yeah, so it's essentially the Color Rush uniform. You've all seen the picture. Color Rush uniform. I'm with you. Keep the helmet navy blue. My number one reason is superstition. They have never won a Super Bowl with the royal blue. They've won 3 with the navy blue. Now, some would say they've won 3 with the new logo. That is correct. But I'm just going to choose to believe that the D wasn't what was cursed. It's the royal blue that was cursed. Then, we get the best of both worlds. You keep the navy, you get the D. My final take on this is the D, and why I feel passionate about including it in this uniform, is it's the only thing about this uniform that connects it to the city of Denver.
Right.
The current Broncos uniform, you could just show that to an alien, and they would have no idea where that team's from.
Yep.
Now, the D, it could be Detroit or Denmark or whatever if it's just an alien. But at least it's just something that we're like, yeah, that says us. And not all NFL teams do have something that is, identifies them with their city, but that means something to me. Like San Francisco, they have the SF. Kansas City, they have the KC. Like, to me, I like having, something that stands out. Like the Rockies, it says Colorado right across their chest. The Nuggets, at least some of their uniforms say Denver. They have the Mile High City one as well. For me, like civic pride is like the number one thing that ties me to my teams. And so I want something that says like, we are Denver.
That would be cool. I would like to see them lean into the city a little bit more. I think also just with they made the decision to go back to these white tops with the blue bottoms again for the away game. I think they're looking for some more like away swag, honestly, because they don't really have any.
I like the white on white, like blue, white, I think is a great color or a combination. I like anything that is, the helmet is one color and then the pants and the jerseys are another color. Like the Buffs have a gold, black look that I just think is the best look in the history of football. But anyways, had to get that out of the way because it was on my mind. And I like that you agreed with me
of course.
On pretty much everything. Okay, let's talk a little Nuggets here. Because that is the headline of the show, and I see some people in the comments are ready to talk Nugs. So shout out to Nick and Jovan? Hovan. Okay. I got it on the third try.
Thanks, Yaya.
Thanks, Yaya, the worldly producer, Yaya.
Yes.
But it's like Jokic. So Jovan. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what the man himself has to say about it. Anyways. Nuggets versus Celtics tonight.
Big game.
I already just kind of hate the Celtics.
Yeah.
I just hate all Boston teams, really, when it comes down to it.
It's a great take.
Yeah, thank you. But there's something that came out today that makes me hate them even more.
No.
Let me see. I got to find Brendan Vogt. Actually, no. It was Kale that tweeted this recently. So
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. An article here just to show you like how delusional Boston sports fans and media are. Headline from NBC Sports Boston. Nikola Jokic has the MVP trophies and the highlight reel passes, but has Jayson Tatum become a better all-around player? JT O'Mace makes the case for Jason greater than Joker. This is legitimately an insult to anyone with eyes.
It really is. I mean, we're talking about a 2-time MVP and a guy who didn't really get it done last year. So
yeah, I mean, they had a nice little run in the playoffs, whatever. Yeah. He's a good player.
He is.
A good player. That is a slap in the face to even write that.
100%. So. It's disrespectful, and I think the Nuggets are going to set him right tonight just based off that.
I'm really happy this happened because sometimes in the NBA regular season or NHL regular season, it's easy to just like not care that much about a game. Now I care. I want to see Jokic put a 50 burger on their face, and that new Nuggets perimeter defense step up a little bit on Tatum. So with that being said, let's get into our picks here. And I have one Nuggets pick in my big three. It's a full weekend slate. Actually, no Jokic, which I made this before I saw this article. Mm-hmm. Kind of want to add in like a Jokic points, especially with how low they have it set right now. Okay. So it's actually MPJ over 2.5 3-pointers made. It should be set at 3.5, but they keep setting it at 2. He has hit this in every game since the first game of the season. First game of the season, he went 2 of 4, which always makes me mad. Like, never be 2 of 4. You have to be like 2 of 6. Or 3 of 5.
You gotta at least
just keep shooting, shooting. And MP, that's his percentage on the season. He's shooting 50% from 3. I will bet this every single game until they move it to 3.5, and then I'll probably keep betting it. But at minus 135, that's actually the same juice we got last game when with the 25% boost. So last game was like minus 165. We boosted it up to like minus 137. Now they're just giving it to you straight up at minus 135 here. It must be something to do with the fact that the Celtics guard the perimeter a little bit better. I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times. MPJ has never and will never shoot a contested shot. You can't contest him. His release is too high.
Yep.
So I don't care how you defend. He's going to get his shots. 3 of them are going to go in.
I completely agree. It's actually in mine also. So
That's a
word
consensor.
for word right there.
That is a consensor. Next one. I know Yaya supports me in this English Premier League pick just because it's a soccer pick. I got to go with my guys.
All right.
Got to go with my guys. All leads are we. Leeds plus 380 at Tottenham. And truly, not to get too much into the table, if you will, but they're kind of playing with house money in this game, having won the last 2.
Okay.
Not just that, every team is literally just mailing it in because the World Cup is literally next week and nobody wants to.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of an odd situation. This is the last game before the World Cup break, which is a long break, and they've won 2 in a row. I just feel like they're going to be playing so freely. Tottenham plays a little bit of like a slower, more methodical pace. Leeds just chickens with their heads cut
Full
off.
send?
Yeah.
Let's
I don't
go.
think they're going to have a second gear where they can just like come back a little bit and, gear down. Whereas I think Tottenham, especially like, for example, Harry Kane is, maybe their best player, fair to say. And like he's a starting center mid or starting center forward for England. Like there's just he in his head, he has to have something in the back of his head that's like, I have to dial it back a little bit. Whereas like Tyler Adams, who is really important to the US squad, there's just no way he has a second gear. Like anyone who's ever watched him play would just be like, yeah, that guy cannot turn it down for a game. So I have a good feeling about
I love that.
The way Leeds is going to go out there and play. Also, they're undefeated since I started becoming a fan.
100%. I love that then. The RK blessing.
Yes, exactly. Win over Liverpool at Anfield. Then the win at home. Let's get another one.
That Liverpool win is so.
You never apologize for road wins in the Premier League.
Who's the World Cup team then? Did you decide on Ecuador?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously U.S.
Well, yeah, of course, but
then I'm just betting on the countries that I most recently visited. So I'm gonna toss
fair
a little
enough.
on England and a little on Belgium.
Beautiful.
And then finally Broncos money line. So
All right.
this one is heavily influenced by some news that came out today from Adam Schefter, which absolutely blew my mind. Here you go. Titans head coach Mike Vrabel ruled out Jeffrey Simmons, Amani Hooker, Bud Dupree, Zach Cunningham, and Josh Thompson for Sunday's games versus the Broncos. That's damn near half their defense.
That is, yeah.
And that was the number one thing. I guess there's the number 2 thing that scared me about the Titans. Obviously, the number 1 thing is going to be Derrick Henry.
Right.
But after that, it was like, man, if they're getting that interior pressure that they got on Patrick Mahomes, it's just going to be so difficult. You take out Jeffrey Simmons, who's maybe the best at this in the league, and Bud Dupree as well. The Broncos' options on offense, I just feel like, just grew significantly. Then you take out Zach Cunningham, who's, a big linebacker for them. I think they might actually be able to run a well-balanced game plan. Before, I kind of thought, well, don't even try to run it. It's the best run defense in the league. Mm-hmm. Good luck passing it because they have an insane pass rush. Well, you took away 2 of their main pass rushers. And now I feel a lot better about it.
And Ryan Tannehill limited today at practice. If it's Malik Willis, I mean...
That's a dub.
Yes, 100%. I love that, though. I think this is a great opportunity for the Broncos not only to bounce back a little and kind of save their season officially with this and start a run, but, you get a team that's really banged up. This is as great an opportunity as you could possibly get, I think.
I love it. When you put Jokic in the headline, all the homies from Sombor come say hi. Shout out Svetislav, who says greetings from Sombor. Also, Jovan said it is like Jokic.
Beautiful.
And it wasn't Jovan, it was
BBN.
365.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're just taking his word for it because it fits my narrative.
It's as good as any,
As
though.
I say often, if you tell people what they want to hear, they'll believe it. All right, let's get to Jake's Big 3.
Let's do it. To start off, LSU minus 3.5 at Arkansas. Arkansas
This is
last
football, correct?
Football, yes. Arkansas lost last week to Liberty at home. LSU, of course, with the big win over Alabama. I was big on Brian Kelly to start the year, and then that opener against FSU went just 8,000 different directions. Eventually, they lost that game, and I vowed I wouldn't bet on LSU again this year. But I am back. I think that
Let's go. They beat Alabama.
Yeah, and they're reinvigorated. I mean, they're in control of their own destiny now in the SEC West. Potentially a matchup with Georgia for the SEC title. I think that they have found a new sense of energy, and that Brian Kelly really has it going right now. So give me them -3.5 over the Razorbacks. And then in the NFL, give me Dallas over Green Bay. The weather for this game suggests it's going to be below freezing. You may think that favors Green Bay, but this Dallas team defensively, I think, is much superior. I think that with Tony Pollard, Zeke is going to be coming back. They're going to run the ball well. And we know Aaron Rodgers just hasn't had it so far this year. Give me Micah Parsons and the boys laying 4.5. And then same thing with MPJ on the threes. I mean, I'm just going to take it until they fix it. And even then, I'm probably still going to take it, just like you said. So there it is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, it doesn't make sense, especially since all of us are sitting here betting at every game and winning. You would just think eventually they're going to bump it up, but
we might have to rename this show to DMVR over MPJ threes.
Yes, well, I changed his name to Money Printer Jr. a couple of years ago because he always hits his props. So excited to watch the Nugs tonight. Got Nugs right into a Buffs watch party. I noticed no Buffs plus 34.5 in your big three.
I think they can cover.
Yeah.
But I'm just not gonna. I can't do that, man.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm just hoping some weird shit happens at the beginning of the game to give me a spark of hope that like lasts me for a few minutes. That feels good.
So last week against the Ducks, they had like a great opening drive. They just didn't manage to score. And that's something I think that they've kind of been able to lean on going back to when Sanford was promoted. Just give me that. You're going to need a turnover or something. The thing is, this USC team just doesn't turn over the football, which is why I think the 35 is in danger. So, or 34, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm very scared.
It'll be okay.
But at least we have a Nuggets game before to set the vibes and a Buffs basketball game. Have you seen that line?
I only saw the money line because it was posted in our Discord. The Buffs are big favorites.
Surely.
I think Grambling was plus 900 on the money line.
Okay. Was someone saying
Buffs
to take that?
on the road. So do you want to? So Silver Buff posted the hashtag Buff shit parlay would be Grambling money line and USC -35.
Oh man, so sad to be a Buffs fan. Remember, Todd Boyle has nothing to do with the football program being terrible.
But it sucks to be a Buffs football fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Buffs -15.
The vibes sometimes just spill over. Buffs -15 at Grambling. They didn't used to be Grambling State. They just dropped
okay,
the state.
it is Grambling State.
It is.
It is.
Are you sure they didn't just drop it? Because like Nichols State just dropped the state, and they're like, we just want to be Nichols now.
I thought it was still Grambling State. I Googled it and everything this week when I was writing about it, and I swear to God it said Grambling State.
Let's see. Grambling State University. Let's see what... Yeah, their official website is Grambling State. It says Grambling State University.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But it is in Grambling, the city.
Grambling, Louisiana, yes.
Yes, all right. Nichols, I just remember because CU played them in football. They sent out like a big press release that was like, please don't call us Nichols State. We're just Nichols now.
Interesting.
Which, you know, if there's no Nichols University, then you just have that. You have that available to you. Like Colorado State could never do that.
Right. Well, and then you get the abbreviation NSU, or would it be? It'd be NSU, right? Nichols State University.
Yeah.
Not
now you're just
Nichols NU. Like, come on, that's a bad omen, right? Nebraska.
I agree. Yes, I agree. Wow. Okay. A couple fun facts here about Grambling.
Oh, let's hear them.
State University. Well, take a guess. How many students?
I'm gonna guess 14,000.
Way less.
Really?
Yeah.
3,000?
A little more.
5,000.
5,072 students.
Okay.
That is crazy. That's only like 3 times my high school.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I've heard a lot about Grambling. Well, I don't know. I kind of follow the football team when they have a guy every now and then, but
Aren't they also very famous for their band?
that I do not know.
I believe their marching band is one of the best in the country. Wow, that is crazy. CU has like 30,000, I think. Maybe even more at this point. It's like 30,000 when I was in school. just feel like you definitely should be able to put better basketball players on the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll take the 15.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, they've really shown. Okay, their best players didn't even really play well on Monday. And I say best players, meaning like Neek, KJ had a decent amount of points. Neek didn't really hit his shots. Luke wasn't really hitting shots. It was Javon Hadley.
Tristan was solid.
Yeah, Tristan was okay. It was Javon Hadley and Jalen Gabadon, 2 new transfers that came in. So if you get,
is great.
Yeah, it's awesome. But if you get some of those guys that you were originally counting on that did stuff last year, can do stuff tonight, and the new transfer guys, I think 15 is absolutely in play. So I like it.
And it doesn't always work out this way for CU basketball, but they're so deep that they should just be able to run waves at a team like Grambling that should just have no chance to stay with that level of depth.
That's kind of what they did on Monday to UC Riverside. I mean, they had the benefit of elevation at that point, too. They're not going to have that, obviously, tonight, but...
All right, let's give a quick shout out to our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook, where you can get in on all these bets and all sorts of other great promotions. Hang with us, Nuggets fans. We're going to do a little Nuggets SGP here in the second segment. But get over here to DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet $5 on any NBA money line. If you're a new user, you will get $200 in free bets. On top of all the other great promotions they have, it's a great way to get your account started. Bet on something tonight. Bet Nuggets money line tonight. And then roll that right into your weekend. You'll win the Nuggets money line bet. You'll get your $200 in free bets. You'll have all of the the other great opportunities that you have this weekend. It's a great way to get started. So go over to DraftKings Sportsbook. Use that code DNVR to get in on that deal and so many more great deals. Of course, age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, yeah. We got a dilemma of the day. Oh, he knew. He knew. That's why he's my guy. All right. Nuggets SGP. Let's get it started. I am excited for this because I feel like the Nuggets, I don't want to jinx anything, but have just been somewhat predictable at this point. Like, Jokic is going to do his thing passing the ball. MPJ is going to do his thing shooting the ball. Bones is going to give you a little production off the bench. Jamal is going to come in and get you his. AG is going to have some dunks. So
KCP has been playing very well, too.
Yeah, maybe AG with 17 rebounds the other night.
Right. Do we start there then?
Let's start with MPJ threes.
Okay.
That's our consensus of the night.
Of course.
So we go 3+ at -155. Let's go Nuggets money line because that's going to give us a nice big boost.
Yes, it will. Why don't we take an alternate over also? We can take over. Oh, where was it?
You mean just the over in the game?
Just the over in the game. We can go over 220 -310. Just adds another leg, get some juice going.
Well, is there a boost available for this? Because usually if there is, you have to keep everything in the 300s. I don't know if there is, though. Let's see. I'll exit out and see if there's anything.
Well, even then, we could go to 221.5 over is -275.
Okay, so here we go. Build your NBA same game parlay and get up to 100% profit boost. So that's what we're going to do. I'll go back in here and keep adding. So yeah, let's just keep that everything within -300. So
over 221.5. Do you like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go assists.
Who are you thinking?
Jokic. So Jokic assists.
We can do 7+ at -270.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. How do we feel about
I feel like
rebounds?
that's unnecessarily safe, but it's fine.
It is. We'll take it.
Let's go Aaron Gordon over. We're going safe or aggressive here.
So does -300 get us in with those odd boosts?
Good question. Let me check.
Because 5+ is -300. Otherwise, one more at 6+ is -150.
Minimum odds of -300 or longer. So -300 does get us in the door.
So we got a safe one at 5+.
Let's do it.
Okay.
The more we add, the more
exactly
our boost grows.
And we're at 5 legs now. We're at +675. What else could we do?
Honestly, that might be.
I mean, that's pretty solid for a 5-legger.
Yeah.
It feels pretty safe, but then you get plus 675 out of it.
And then you boost it.
Yep.
30% profit boost plus 877.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, that feels quite good to me.
And then just throw some extra on Michael Porter over 3s because why not?
Of course. Of course. Do we think this game ends before the Buffs game begins? Should be pretty close, huh?
It's going to be close. If we get overtime, it's definitely going to be right at kickoff.
What I was going to say is if I hit that SGP, there's going to be a small portion of it going on Buffs money line.
Money line. Oh, what is it at? I didn't even look at it,
Oh,
man.
gosh. I actually didn't either.
It's got to be something like plus 2,500 or something.
No, got to be more than that.
They don't even have it, bro. Oh, no.
The disrespect.
They don't even.
The utter disrespect. Let's see what's the closest.
So does
you
that
can
mean
get.
if the Buffs get up to like a 3-0 lead, it goes like plus 5,000 just off the bat?
I don't know. What's crazy about this is you can get Buffs plus 29.5 at plus 160.
Wow.
Like if you just think they're going to keep it within 30, which I don't, to be clear. But
Jordan Addison and Mario Williams are back, I think.
we're in big trouble. We need some crazy breaks for this to even be an entertaining game.
Hey, man, it's Friday night, Pac-12 after dark. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, usually you got to be the home team for that effect to take effect.
True, but you're in L.A.
They don't really have fans.
It's Friday night in L.A. You really think a bunch of people are going to be going to the Coliseum to see the Buffs?
No, and it's 6:30 their time.
Yes.
Which means to get to the stadium, you're going to have to deal with prime time LA traffic. Just go do something else.
Yep.
You know, head down Santa Monica Pier, get some sushi. Maybe there's a concert out on the beach.
Right.
Forget the game. It's just going to be too much of a hassle.
That's what you got to hope for, I guess.
Yep.
There might be more people in Folsom right now than there could be at kickoff tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. I guess I'm kind of excited. What's the number before we leave? What is the number one thing to look forward to about this game? I think it's like either can Anthony Hankerson put up numbers against a legitimate defense, which I guess they've had their ups
How
and downs.
about Montana Lemonius Craig? Let's step up in place of Jordan Tyson.
Okay.
Let's get another bona fide receiver stud going into 23.
All right. What about like Kalen Moore and like the defensive backs getting a serious challenge? The thing is, like, I don't know if they're gonna. It might be like unfair to say like, oh, it'll be exciting to see how they do in this matchup because they're so outmatched.
So, okay, what if we get a Nico Reed pick while guarding Brendan Rice, and then we get Daniel Arias on a 60-plus yard touchdown on Mekhi Blackman?
See, that would have been fun to talk about last week. Like, what if they beat Christian Gonzalez and then he
gets 2 picks?
He gets 2 picks, 1 pick six, right?
Yes.
1 to the 1 yard line.
They ruled it out at the 2, and then he had
okay.
another one. The second one was on the left sideline, and that's when he put the deuces in JT's face.
What did JT do to him?
I don't know.
It's messed up, man.
It is messed up.
Well, yeah. All right, there we go. Let's make some plays against the transfers. I doubt it. I bet you Brendan Rice goes for 300 yards, and Mekhi also gets 2 picks.
If Addison and Williams are back, Brendan Rice may not get 2 targets.
That is fair. But they also just like they're going to try and make him happy by giving him
They
the ball.
will. I mean, they're definitely going to lean into it. Oregon definitely did last week. He was
Yeah.
the guy like on all their promo shots and everything. So
Sad. All right, that is going to wrap it up for us. A couple hours till Nuggets tip it off in Boston. Go Nugs, go Buffs.
go Nuggets.
We'll
go
see you guys
Buffs.
later.